Are you done playing? Or what?
Me?
Yeah.
No. Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
But
what do you think?
I don't know. I woke up this morning and I saw on the old timeline there that the Dolphins had a tackle go down.
Okay.
And
The injury rate in the NFL.
It's 100%, brother. But being sitting in this chair, a whole grown-up human being, less in weight.
Yeah.
It's tough for me to look you in the eyes and be like, I'm ready to go.
Right.
Rich, 255.
Is that what you're down to?
Yeah, 255 right now.
Wow.
But you're available. You're an available.
I'm available, brother. If you need a blocking tight end,
the best ability is.
You put me on minimum, brother. I will be that Y.
Okay.
I just
Thank you,
refuse.
Chris.
I refuse to be in an I formation and play the F and go downhill.
Has anyone called you, Taylor?
All 32.
Yeah. Teams have called him.
He's a 3-time Pro Bowler. My man's healthy. He's got his knee going on. He just had a little dicey situation last year. He said he hasn't played football in a couple of years, so he's very healthy. His body's ready to go.
I will say the knee does hurt every single day. And I'm not doing myself any favors by telling these teams this. It hurts every day.
Okay.
But you know what?
That's also being a dad.
That's what no question. And the back too, you hold them up a little bit. And my 6-year-old, she likes to be held all the time. And I'm like, brother, we gotta talk about this. Yeah.
You call your daughter brother? Is that what you're
I
saying?
do. I call her dude, brother. Okay. Yeah. She's funny, man. She says some of the things I say, and I think it's so funny when 6-year-olds say like, "Oh, that's sick," or "Dad, this food is fire." Like, what are you? That's awesome because you just like Loki, like, "Oh, I'm." But basically manipulating you into what I want you to be.
Exactly.
It's a wild deal having
that's
kids,
the way
man.
It works.
You're kind of just doing it.
How do you enjoy? Your baby is how old now?
You don't want to ask about my career?
Oh, I will in a second.
Oh, my daughter, she's amazing. How
old is she?
I am obsessed with being a girl. That's 16 months.
Okay.
And it is.
You took a 16-month to Italy?
Yes.
Yeah,
there was some trial and tribulation, but make no mistake, we had a great time.
So you had the first time that you're learning the difference between a trip and a vacation.
Yeah.
A vacation is what you used to have. You're now on trips now.
Yeah, this was a 2-week trip. My wife wanted it, and I am usually very much against a 2-week long type of trip.
Why?
When you're in the machine for however, when you're playing football and everything is structured all year round. Like you might go, Taylor was saying it the other day, you can slip out workouts 4 days in a row, Monday through Thursday, and you might give somebody the weekend from Thursday to Sunday.
Yes.
But you got to be back on it. So 4 days tops was like, that's the maximum capacity for a vacation. And now that I've been kind of half in, half out, it's more like 10-day, 2-week. My wife's she's leveraged me now to 2 weeks, but it was a phenomenal time over there.
Which is incredible. Like I had anxiety for you when you were saying I'm going to Italy for 2 weeks. Because honestly, you're still in that mindset where it's like, I got to be prepared for something, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking training camp, like we could do, like you're in the hamster wheel. And there are times where you're just like, hey, get out of here and go.
I think the thing that the casual fan doesn't realize is how much work goes into just stepping on the field on Sunday. It is truly, it has to consume all of you. Like you're never truly present in any other situation than when you're in meetings, on the practice field, in the gym getting ready.
Yeah.
Like for however long, because NFL, not for long, the average is 2 years? And so you're just constantly trying to beat odds until you've made the decision, whether it's Pop Warner or high school or wherever. They're like, okay, this is going to be my dream, my goal. Everything goes into that. So when you're now in the situation Will and I are, where it's like, writing's on the wall in a lot of ways, you kind of sit there and you're like, man, like how do you now go from that and essentially become like learning to be a regular adult at 32, 33 years old?
Well, you guys are crushing it, though. I mean, your show is insanely popular, so that's great.
Thank you.
And then, if the average career is 2 years, that means congratulations on playing 5 times the average career.
I do appreciate
in
that.
the National Football League.
2 times 5 is
10.
There you go. Yeah. Look at us doing math together.
Which is
verbal and
I'll give it
math.
to you, brother.
Yeah.
You had that 10. Goodell.
What happened?
Goodell.
Did he really?
And Tom Brady.
Okay.
Tom Brady, Goodell, they got in a room. They wanted to keep me out of the AFC South because the Falcons were at a point in their season that, hey, we make a push here late, we can get in the playoffs.
Yes.
So Art, he made a phone call. What time? What place?
Arthur Smith.
Arthur Smith. Yeah.
Well, obviously, from his time in Tennessee, right?
Yep.
Is that what it was? Okay.
But no, what happened was I had the gambling show Bet the Bus going on, and that's obviously a conflict. When at last year at that point, I didn't think I was going to be a phone call would be there to do year 10. Like I figured it was our I'm going to start leaning into this now, the gambling scene, because there's business and money to be made there. So I stand that up. Art gives me a shout and asks if I would do a workout. We plan a workout in 2 weeks. I go and do the workout, do well. And Art brings me in his office and he's like, hey, if you had a crystal ball, when would you want to play? And we had a few tailgates left for Bojangles that we needed to deliver on. And I was like, if you could come get me after the Bussin Bowl, it was like mid-November, because when we were talking, it was like mid-October.
Yeah.
I was like, that would be ideal. But if you want me to come now, like I just,
you'll drop
he's like,
it.
listen, I wouldn't offer that up if I didn't like trust what you would be doing. And he called me after the Bussin Bowl, or maybe a week after that. And I drove down 4 a.m, just signed the waiver to complete my physical, saying that I hadn't been hurt since the workout. Go up to sign the contract. We added like a separate like amendment and an addendum.
Yeah.
You kind of know that stuff. The addendum or the amendment.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, this should work, separating me from the gambling, separating me from basically all of it, to where I just I can still do Bussin' with the boys.
Right.
He goes, I'll send this into the league office. Falcons made some iterations, some edits on the contracts. And they're like, we'll send this into the league office. 15 minutes. You should be ready to go. We'll have you on the practice field tomorrow. And 8 hours go by. And then I get a phone call from basically the Moneyball guy for the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, the NFL seems to think you're a long way away from playing under these conditions. This could take a couple days. A couple days turn into a week, couple weeks, a month. Then unfortunately the Falcons, they dropped a couple. There was probably 2 or 3 games left, and to where it was like we could go all in and do it this way, but by that point it was it ran its course.
So if the Falcons let's just say if the Falcons had made the playoffs last year or whatever, it's entirely possible you could have been like the Eric Weddle of the situation.
Could have, yes, yes.
Like
yeah.
you could have just popped in there.
There was a lot of hurdles we had to kind of navigate through to make it possible to play, which I thought was a little over the top, but unfortunately that's why year 10 had to be laid to rest.
What about this year?
This year, well, I'll show you.
Okay. All right.
Do you mind if I hit a punt set?
What are you doing? What?
You want me to hit a punt set?
Sure. What do you need? What do you need to do? Hold on a second. Hold on. There you go.
Just for any GMs and coaches that are out there.
Any GMs or coaches
right there
that are watching right
there,
now.
Straight ahead. We're gonna
know
widen
that
out
Will
for
Compton.
you.
Hey, take another step forward. Take one more step forward.
There's a high moving around. Keep your eyes right. You tap the guy. And boom. Right there.
Shoulders square. Good post arm.
Wide base.
Wide base in case a bull rush comes. He's ready for the inside move. He didn't overset in the situation. My man's in midseason form right now. So
That was good.
GM
That was
pretty
good.
incredible.
Like if we had a ladder on the floor, you'd have been able to do all that.
Yeah, no question.
Okay. Yeah. So
Will's one of those guys that like he didn't got to practice, bro.
Well, you passed
We
mine.
proved that in 2020 when we played the Bills. And essentially, I mean, Titans versus Bills, we played on a Tuesday. We were going to play the Steelers.
Yeah.
Then they're like, hey, this is now your bye week. We're not practicing. We met, reintroduced ourselves to each other, 45 minutes. Can't curse, but we them up. You know what I'm saying?
You got it.
Them up.
Yeah.
Right.
We took them.
Brought to you by
them
Zoom.
up. Yeah. And literally, we proved you do not have to practice to be successful in the NFL. Beat Josh Allen.
Well, you
beat the Bills.
You passed my eye test.
Thank you.
I don't know
And
if-
you've seen a lot of ball.
I have.
You've seen a lot of ball. You're at the combine every year.
I've seen a lot of sets. I've seen a lot of movements. Yeah.
And I think the biggest thing, and everything Will just said, is
Yes.
a head coach of an NFL team called Will Compton in, did a workout, and then goes, when do you want to play? How insane is that? He goes, when is this good for you? And Will goes, well, me and my friend are going to go watch a football game together in Ann Arbor. And he goes, okay, well, I'll call you after, huh? You want to come play for us then? This dude, I mean, that's wild, right?
Yeah.
That is the most insane stuff.
Situation.
Shout out
Arthur
Arthur
Smith,
Smith
man.
and his new mustache. You see that
I was
thing?
about to say, yes, we have a photograph of it because we were
Pull it
all
up.
wondering what this, he called it a lifestyle choice. I'm wondering,
incredible.
could this be potentially a protest mustache in your defense, Will Compton,
There's no
based on
question.
what happened last year? Could this be,
There are rumors circulating that this could be a protest mustache.
don't you think?
Yes, yes. And if
Reddit's
the boys
talking, message boards.
don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, if the boys do get to the playoffs, there could be some fun and interesting press conferences to come.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.